Elections, man. It's a joke, a shit show, right? Your vote won't matter. Heard it all before. Used to be my own patter. As we grow older, darker reality started to cold after you notice how many lives have been affected by this joke in just the last 9 years. And the track record of the Conservatives, we need to remind ourselves what's at stake is this last 5 years. They promised mass employment, 1.3 million jobs. If we ignored and calculated 3 million hidden unemployed, it sounds like a lot. Like the revolution, it's people power is on track. But you're in a temporary self-employed or a 0-hour contract. Join the gig economy as a part-time precariat, and they wonder why they laugh when they say that they'll take care of it. What's that smell? The Tories talking their shite. 80% of the self-employed are living below the poverty line. We take it on our stride. 1,000 sure start centres, 700 football pitches, 780 libraries closed. Numbers that your brain won't comprehend. Like food bank use up 2,400%. Homelessness up 1,000%. We're sleeping up 1,000%. That's thousands of people without any bread. Is it the net result of these fuckers without any sense? Lying in the pockets of them and their friends. Not empathy for how this affects anyone else except for themselves. Bedroom tax causes mass evictions. 10,000 less medical professionals to help people that have addictions. Student fees up 300%, student debt up 150%. Who wants to train to be a nurse or a doctor when the only thing they're going to leave university with is crippling debt? 33,000 nurses leave the NHS every year as a direct result of privatisation. Promised to the US in a deal that our government can now no longer deny making. After they published 451 pages of early stage trade negotiations, we see why our hospitals will be driven into such a sorry state and why NHS satisfaction levels are at their ever lowest ever recorded rate. Something's got to change. We're aware of the dangers of inequality, but they scrap TMA and 35% of our kids are living in poverty, an increase in teenage suicide by 70%. Think of some of the people that we both know that this literally affects, and all in the name of what? Fiscal responsibility, while we see a near tripling of our national debts. Manufacturing and construction sectors in recession, but there's 175 billion in reserve just for Brexit. 500 billion Brexit related fall with national revenue coming from the government that prioritises the economy ahead of you. I love to say who they're cutting so, but I'll be really happy with 50% cuts until they're facing an effective bankruptcy. 25,000 less police, 20,000 less prison officers, 10,000 less firefighters. These figures recorded for posterity. 185,000 extra deaths attached to the political ideology of austerity. We let them devise them down the same lines. Blame immigration for our neighbours on the train lines. Say they're coming in hordes, it doesn't matter if it's false. I'm going to repeat the statement 8 times and then witness a national increase of 50% in hate crimes. And knife crime alone is up to 22,000 a year. Behaviour patterns change when you're surrounded with disparity, doubt and fear. So many in prison day in a stretch. And self-harm among young women up to 70%. And as if there wasn't enough to ruin your mood today, they've reserved 25% cuts just for the disabled community. 80% cuts to our mobility allowance. No patience for these cold-siders. 40% of households have no savings. There's no wonder why we're all out of face. Most of the people in the country can't live longer than 2 months without a wage. But keep it coming. The party of opportunity wouldn't want you finding a bed. Council home building down 90%. 200,000 social homes lost since 2010. 0 starter homes built. Despite the promises to the contrary, it's obvious how they operate. Threaten you with poverty till you bow your head in defeat and accept whatever role building somebody else's dream in order to know how badly you've been getting fucked. Enough. It's no a joke. Get out and vote.